Hello everybody, this is MileDriver. Welcome to another video. So I'm going to be doing a mile drive today around my city, which is basically Raleigh. I just got off of work and I am so ready to take this drive today. I am going to wait till Burger King opens to get some breakfast, but I'm going to head down to downtown for you guys today. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be focusing the majority of today with the Roblox build of downtown. Majority of it's already constructed and everything. This is just an update video to new areas that are being developed and constructed in downtown. So I'm going to be doing this video today for you guys, and just for the purpose of the channel and me just updating areas in the map that are going to be pretty much added. So let's go ahead and take this mile drive down today. I actually got back from Minnesota on Friday, this past Friday, like around 8. I got back here to North Carolina. And I gotta say that the drive from Minnesota to North Carolina on the way back was pretty great. Had to stop and get some rest and sleep, but overall the trip was very well, I would say. Very swell and well, I would say. So now we are headed on Interstate 40 going westbound, and this is gonna be one of those few drives that I usually will tend to make. I made this trip before on a couple videos that I've uploaded before, but for the most part they're basically there. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in the camera a little bit here and get this drive over with. I usually would record the whole entire time lapse, which would consist of the entire Beltway area, but in this video we're not going to do that. So yeah, just gonna focus on driving to downtown and probably focus a different day into going in here and recording the entire belt line. Although I could technically do it tonight, since I am off of work and I'm not really tired. I could probably do it tonight, but we'll see in a bit. But since I left North Carolina the very last time, we went from being around, on my car was like 194k, the mileage, but due to it just fluctuating within 1,300 miles up to Minnesota and 1,300 miles down here to North Carolina, my mileage went up severely by 197,000, from 194. So that's pretty much what it is currently at its best. But overall, I hope you guys are doing really, really well. I'm doing very well myself. I have been updating the server constantly the last 2 or 3 days. I've added actually new vehicles to the game, a couple of new Hondas, new gen Hondas like the Accord and the Civic that have been added to the server. I think the newest, my newest new gen rendition of the Honda Civic is actually compatible with mobile. I have been testing it out recently, and I've got to say that it's compatible with mobile, thankfully. But other than that, the game is coming out very well. Great so far. Been patching up a bit more of work with glitches and the slowing down So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom up here a little bit. We are passing by South Saunders Street. And I wonder what's going on right now. Jeez, what is going on right now? I've never seen this many cops on the highway before. So we're gonna go ahead and get off here on Lake Wheeler Road. This is an area that I have yet to develop within the server. So we're gonna go ahead and get off here. This is the exit to where the farmers market is located here in Raleigh. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just drive by a little bit, kind of do some framework with the areas that are gonna be added to the server. So this exit here is probably gonna be like the latest one that's gonna be worked on. This by far is probably like one of the last major exits. Yeah, one of the last major exits in the server. Or in the Raleigh area that is lighted, but anything else other than that is not lighted for some reason. So kind of wish they would do a little bit more work with adding more lighting to the rest of 40, but they just unfortunately don't. So that's kind of where that kind of sets down to. So here on this road, or this light that we're about to turn on, is the road that takes you to South Saunders Road. I know I could have taken the exit before, but yeah, actually no, not this one. I believe it's this railroad that's coming up here. Yep, this railroad right here is what's coming up. So we're gonna go ahead and turn right here, go through this little railroad area, and head to South Saunders. See what's brewing in downtown right now. Hopefully nothing too major. There has been a lot of shootings and events in downtown that have been happening. I think since I was away in Minnesota, I have been reading nothing but articles that have stated that downtown Raleigh has been, or has become, a little more dangerous over time. And maybe it might not be a good idea to head into downtown right now, especially since it's a little dangerous, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because I live in downtown half of the time on my server, so might as well do it. But you guys just got a very fair glimpse at the interstate highway via real life, IRL. So yeah, that's some footage there for development purposes. And now here we meet with South Saunders Street. This street that I am driving on right now is actually pretty much added to the server. The only thing that we have to do now is to work on some lane work, road lines and whatnot, and that's pretty much all I could really say to that. But in terms of everything else, like I said, the server is growing really big. I'd be very excited if I saw like a Go Raleigh bus passing by right now, because I need to go ahead and grab some textures or some pictures for the textures to update my server buses. But yeah, this is like mostly the neighborhood areas before getting into downtown. Downtown has been growing tremendously over time. Tremendously. It definitely hasn't gotten any safer though. I will have to say that it hasn't gotten any safer, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and drink me some juice. I should have stopped at Sheets before filming this video. I don't even know why I didn't though. So this is the light before getting to the major downtown area of downtown Raleigh. So it'll be really great to see just much of areas that they're working on nowadays. So this entire video will consist of the driving into downtown at night. To better suit the needs of upgrading the server at night and probably going in and updating some areas in the server. I tend to notice that a lot of people drive into downtown during this time. It's currently 4:53 right now, Eastern Standard Time, and it's on a Tuesday, so expect a rush hour here within like 2 or 3 hours or so, or probably like within half an hour. So here we have the beautiful skyline of downtown Raleigh. Got a bit of similarities here with what the server would turn out to be in the Roblox universe that I have. And yeah, this is MileDrive Works. To the right of us here, they have just cut down some trees, and the reason that they did that is that they're building a new area. Ooh, they got a lot of rocks here. They're building a new little apartment area or apartment complex within the enterings of downtown, and the only reason that's being done is they're trying to furthermore urbanize the city and gentrify even more than it is, even though it doesn't need to be. It unfortunately is. So that's the convention center right there. I don't think I will be able to park at all, but we'll figure it out. I'll probably spin back around before anything. But for now, this is the drive into downtown. I don't want to speed over here because there's some cops sometimes around this area. Oh, they tore down that building. Oh, jeez. So to the right here, there is a spawn point that I have. Tempo. This building to the left of me right here is currently added. Need to add some LEDs to it. The big little skyscraper that you see way ahead has also been added as well. Gotta be mindful of the speed limit here. But essentially, downtown Raleigh does look beautiful at night. I enjoy it. I wish that I made it a little more realistic. But with time, everything will tell, I shall say. And at this point, we're already halfway into downtown Raleigh. It's not that big of a downtown area. That's why I chose to essentially start it as a MileDrive project, because downtown Raleigh is a decent size compared to Charlotte, the bigger Queen City, to the south of North Carolina. And I will eventually make videos driving down there, but for now, I don't see the equivalent of even wanting to go down that far, since my sister has moved back in to my parents' place. I have no other reason to even visit Charlotte, so it will be a while before I even decide to venture into those ideas. So we're gonna head back, or we're gonna turn around here in a bit. We're gonna go through the beginnings of Capitol Boulevard here, this area here has been added as well. Slightly, but not too much. Usually the map would end up here at this exit where the RDU Wade Avenue exit is at. This exit, Wade Avenue would take you to 440 or the Beltline. And then essentially that would be a better connection to 440 if you're trying to get to 440 without essentially having to go straight. But I know usually locals use Capitol Boulevard and keep on going straight here. And this is just about, as you're seeing now, much more of what needs to be added to the server. And of course all this will be added coming this week. Pretty much this will be added to furthermore connect the Beltline 440, which is going to be a long stretch and probably lots of days of work, but I quietly do not mind it. A bit of a bigger area to the Beltway, but definitely does make sense. All of this with time, I shall say with time, will be added. I think now we're about 5 to about 6 miles away from downtown, and we're gonna pass the Beltline 440 up here in a few minutes. Just give it some time, we will be close to the interstate. This area that I'm passing by here, there used to be a big flea market, and they basically took it away. And then over here to the right, coming up, is the Greyhound station, which by far looks really nice. They just probably haven't updated or added anything to it, I would assume. Got a jaywalker right here. Didn't really notice him until, I would say, after. It says Yonkers Road closed, used Westinghouse. Right. And Raleigh just never stops with the construction. They absolutely have to add things almost all the time here. Get to Capitol Boulevard, the almost ghetto haven of Raleigh, I would say. This area will be added later on in the year. As long as we connect 440 to the downtown area through Capitol, it's really all that will matter. Eventually later on down the line, I plan to eventually add Wake Forest and the rest of Route 401 or US 401 going north to Wake Forest, but that is as far as I will probably go with the server going up north. And it'll be fun in essence to add Interstate 540, because 540 also kind of surrounds majorly the rest of the area of Raleigh. And it'll be great because it surrounds the entire county. It pretty much sums up the entirety of the area of Wake County and outer areas of Raleigh, and towns and cities like Apex and Cary, Holly Springs, Ainger, that sort of deal. But as you saw earlier here in the video, there was quite a lot of updates that have been added to downtown, essentially in real life. We are now at 22 minutes within the video here. This sweet little mile drive that we are taking is all but 1,000% worth it. So we're not going to turn around here yet. We're going to keep going a little bit until we reach the separation of Capitol Boulevard and basically the separation of US 1 and 401 coming up here in Capitol Boulevard. And that will essentially pretty much tell and pave way to future additions to the north of Mile Drive, Raleigh, NC. Now, when I first moved to Raleigh, or when I heard of the downtown area of Raleigh, I did think it was a bit of a weird name. But that is because the founder of the city of Raleigh named the city after an explorer known as Sir Walter Raleigh. And that is basically kind of the most randomest thing, but yeah, the actual person, Sir Walter Raleigh, is not the actual founder of the city of Raleigh, but it's quite interesting as well, because the person that the city is named after hasn't visited Raleigh, or never visited Raleigh during his life. So it's a bit of a funny thing to hear. And people here love to not stop behind the line. So this here is where we pretty much have the separation of the continuation of Capitol Boulevard and 401 taking you to Rawlesville and Lewisburg. And yeah, here is where the road will continue. And obviously the right portion will continue as well, but it'll end reaching to 540. And I made a couple videos of 540 on my YouTube channel previously, but the crazy thing about it is Raleigh is growing so immensely that they are now going to finally complete Interstate 540, better known as with the paid part as North Carolina Route 540. That's basically transpondered pay-by-plate toll, which is basically what the consistence of North Carolina Route 540 is. And then you got the free portion, which is up ahead in a few miles here, which is 540, or Interstate 540. And then up ahead in Durham, it's North Carolina Route 85, and that is also a tolled road. So we're gonna continue here a little down until we reach 540. Or we'll probably turn around, and then I will continue the video as we drive into downtown a little further more. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and turn around here. We're gonna go ahead and turn around right here. And get a better glimpse. Because continuing down there, obviously we know that 540 is right down there if I continued straight. But better yet known that we turn around and go back to downtown. Because I do gotta head back home anyway. So yeah, I feel like this is about as far as I will probably go with MileDrive Raleigh NC to the north portion. Obviously there will be talk, and there will be illustrations and drawings and planning to add 540, but I just haven't gotten all the way out there yet. So for right now, the biggest portion and focus is developing Raleigh downtown and Interstate 440/40/US 1/US 64. And then later on down the line, I'll add the town of Cary and surrounding cities and towns that encompass Wake County. And then to top off more on my plate, I will also add the city of Durham to the server as well, to further incorporate the areas of the city. And now the city of Durham, which is obviously Durham County, will be also added, but later on down the line once I furthermore incorporate US 40 going westbound in the server. And then there was talks and plans on me adding Charlotte, North Carolina, or the big city of Charlotte, to the same server. But due to memory issues and worrying about the server slowing down, I'm not going to do that. But there will be a large portion of Interstate 85/Interstate 40 that will be added as well. But that'll be basically the end portion, or as far as the server will get going east. But for now, that is pretty much, I will say, with expansions and plans for MileDrive Raleigh NC. And once I also add the airport, RDU, Raleigh Durham International Airport, the server will be renamed Raleigh Durham, or MileDrive RDU area. And that'll pretty much have Durham, basically downtown Durham, and the consistency of areas around it, plus major roads and streets, and downtown Raleigh and its major roads and streets as well. And then once I go a little bit later down the line, I will figure out how to start a driving mile system, so that way you can earn money driving from point A to point B within Durham and Wake County. But yeah, this is like the biggest passion project of mine that I've had for like the farthest time. And it'll be very, very good to know that I have, and I'm going to officially complete this everlasting but wanting to incorporate project. So it is definitely great. And traffic is picking up a little bit here. Capitol Boulevard going southbound. And the only reason that that's happening is because it's obviously Tuesday. It's 5 in the morning. So we have a bit of susceptibility to basically rush hour or morning rush hour. It's currently 5:12. We have just turned around here going in what's it called? Not South Boulevard. Going in Capitol Boulevard southbound. And honestly, this is like the most I've driven being back from my trip. So it is definitely great to know that I am doing a bit of driving before heading home after work, because I started filming this video like literally right after I got off of work. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm feeling hell of creative. So definitely great to know that I have a sense of inspiration right after getting off of work. And I do this just because I want to, not because I want money, not because I want fame, not because I yearn to get attention or anything. I do this because I just love keeping my niche, and I'm just pretty much humble like that when it comes to city building and whatnot. And yeah, traffic is picking up a little bit here. I do have to get onto the very left lane. Because this lane here to the right that I just got off from takes me all the way to the belt line, and I don't want to get on the belt line. I want to stay on southbound of Capitol Boulevard. Oh, people are braking now. Don't know why people are braking. Oh, it's because the light is red. And then I also did my oil change when I was up in Minnesota, because I needed to. I expected to basically get it done at 197K. I'm at 197,580 right now. Alright, so now we're headed back to downtown Raleigh. We are now passing the Beltline, Interstate 440. Now it is definitely good to know that we're getting a lot of footage here. Essentially, majorly the part of Capitol Boulevard, and going in and out of downtown Raleigh. Just recently, like about a month or two ago, they started adding a lot of Whataburger locations to the Triangle. And I gotta say, I have never had any other restaurant better than Whataburger. Whataburger is essentially my to-go-to. It's the equivalent of my if we had A&W's down here. That is pretty much what I would describe as Whataburger in a way, except those chili cheese fries from A&W. They don't top any other place, I would say. Any other place. I freaking love those chili cheese fries with some ranch. Ugh, so good. Freaking potholes on this damn freaking road. up in Minnesota is how most counties up there, since they're like so out there, basically counties are in charge of their own roads in rural areas in the Midwest. And I found that so weird because down here in North Carolina, the North Carolina Department of Transportation maintains all the roads here, rural and obviously city and highway. And like that whole system with having just your own county depend on fixing your own roads is a little weird, but it's different everywhere. And by me finding that so foreign is an expected feeling and reaction. So yeah, that's all I could really say to that. We are going to enter the downtown area of Raleigh, NC here in a couple of minutes. This area here is the area that is still pending more updates, but everything else here that you're seeing is built with lanes, lights, basically everything. Obviously earlier when we were in Capitol Boulevard there was definitely a lot of traffic, but usually there's not very much traffic in downtown right now, which is good for filming purposes, but in essence never really a good thing when it's rush hour. Although I do enjoy driving during rush hour in downtown. Essentially it's always nerve-wracking driving when there's a lot of people besides you and they're not watching the road or lanes next to you. But I think that's basically what city driving is, so can't really complain about that too much. Now, this portion here of road that we're coming up to is has been worked on off of camera. On Saturday I worked on it, and I worked on adding lines and developing the lanes and adding crosswalks. Anything past this light coming up has not been decorated or what's it called, crosswalked or lane added or anything. So yeah. And then the building to the right here coming up is basically added, just needs to be decorated with interior and everything. And we are passing the municipal parking spawn point to the very left of me that just passed. And we are coming up to the city park, or one of the city parks, one of many. And then to the right here in a few feet, we're passing the fire station of downtown. And we are now waiting for a long fire truck to park in its spot. Boy, that is a long fire truck. And now we continue our journey into downtown Raleigh. And I could have run that yellow, but I am not fast enough. And yeah, a lot of old businesses here, they've thrived, survived gentrification. Some have been gentrified. essentially to the very right side of here, or the very right side of me right now, is where the entertainment district of Raleigh is, which in essence kind of reminds me of Noda, or the area of Noda in Charlotte, north of Davidson. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up to let this guy on the right lane over, since Trailer Boy 99 over there is blocking the right lane, which is perfectly fine because they're probably delivering frozen goods to that one restaurant that we saw over there. And now we're going by Cabarrus, or Cabarrus. I never even know how to mention that or how to pronounce that. And we passed the police station back there. And then the building to the right here has or was just added yesterday, off camera. And now we are leaving downtown Raleigh. And now this is the portion that I also wanted to record, that I have recorded before, during the day, but not during the night. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what's going to be added and what's not. So we are now in South Saunders, going southbound, and we're gonna head into Garner here in like about 12 or 10 minutes tops, I believe, depending on if there is already traffic or there is not. Going to get Burger King, but I'm getting a little too tired, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. There must be a crash or something coming up. I'm seeing a lot of lights in the very distance, way ahead. There must have been a wreck or something. Anything beyond Interstate 40 going southbound in South Saunders is usually ghetto land. It's what they usually refer to down here in South Raleigh area anyway. And then this is the conjunction of Interstate 40 with South Saunders, and this exit was added in the last live that I did on my YouTube channel. It just needs to be decorated with more lanes. Some line work needs to be done to the exit ramps. But in terms of everything else, we are looking great. Further ahead here is where we will add more area coming up later in the week. South Saunders, or southbound South Saunders, and more areas coming soon. And I believe that there's a wreck over here. I'm not really sure what there is. It's gotta be something, because clearly it's like a wreck or something. I don't even know. But we definitely got some future activities or future details to add to the MileDrive server when it comes down to the addition of things to the server. We need to go ahead and see what's going on here though, because this isn't the first time that anything has ever been added or that anything has ever been recorded on camera. So we got to see what this is about. Gonna be a little gossipy person. I don't even know what's going on. I can't even see out of my blinker. later when I get home, because I saw the news team or the news crew recording over there to the right side of the road. So I don't know what's going on. Definitely an eventful morning, that is for sure. We're almost to an hour of footage here, which is incredibly impressive, noting that I barely even have any freaking storage space half of the time. But this will definitely be a very interesting video to upload, especially for the beginning of the week. Oh my, oh my. I don't even know if I want to eat. Like, I literally don't even know if I want to eat anything. I mean, I guess I could stop by a Burger King anyway. My girlfriend did say she wanted a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant. So I guess I'll go ahead and stop in Burger King and get her something to eat. But yeah, guys, it has been a very, very fun little early morning video, or mile drive, as I like to call it, here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And anything beyond this slide over here would basically be considered Garner. So this would be out of bounds areas. But yeah, guys, this is Dude in Car. Long video for today, and it was fun driving with you guys. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.